now there's no transgender sexuality.
Good.
Because Iowa voted against it, so.
Yeah, I know that. I have.
So girls can't be guys.
That girl, she's supposed to be fucking killed.
Yeah, well, anyway.
And careful now.
Senator or whatever.
Whatever, the point, what are you trying to do?
I'm putting, because we get the Asians want to talk to you.
I don't want to.
Phil Lipitori wants to talk to you. The board of directors want to talk to you. Calvary Chapel wants to talk to us. Everyone wants to talk, Randy. Listen, this is going to be the shortest public meeting of Green Team's Private Equity that we've ever had here. Hello, at Green Team's Private Equity with Michael Felici representing Bogdan Felici, Steve Summers representing Steve Summers, Randy Tapper, of course, representing Randy Tapper here at.
You have to find me something else.
Okay, let's. But it doesn't take effect right away, like this instant. There's a little bit of a leeway rule, right? Yeah.
But the fact that they tried, the fact that he put it out there, there's over 20% of Americans are on Medicaid. Every other country in the world, including Ukraine and everywhere else in different parts of, they have free health insurance.
But
okay?
you do agree that what's his name, Josh Hawley, is not going to vote for it. Josh Hawley already said he will not allow it because the people in Missouri a lot of people will be affected in Missouri, and therefore.
No, and
Put it here.
our governor's not going to do it either.
So I mean, don't worry. Look. I mean, we got our own crisis to handle
Let's
here.
just please talk about what you're here for.
All right, here we go. Mike and I need to be on camera because I'm the one that's making decisions around here. So, all right, Randy, look. Randy, no, I got to steal the floor. I love you.
It's scary.
No, it's not. Let me show you. Do you want me to show you the picture of the guy that you sent me? Okay, I'll show you his picture. That's who you were, Randy. But that's who you're going to be again. Now listen, let me explain this. Can I kill this behind us? Okay.
Don't kill it.
Well, you know what I'm saying. So here's the thing. I have a list in my head. Do you want water? I got waters. Mike, you want water? It's free.
I bring my own water.
I brought you. This has no fluoride in it. There's only 2 waters in the United States. Can you imagine
So
paying?
you want no fluoride in the water?
Not in the bottled water.
But there should be fluoride in water because they're trying to take it out now, and everybody's teeth are going to fall out of their mouth. Okay, it's ridiculous.
Well, the bottom line is if you buy bottled water because you want nothing in your water,
That's fine.
but the bottom line is they're adding fluoride to Arrowhead water and all these other name brand waters.
They put it on the list so that people can see what they buy. Nobody's
No, they don't. They don't.
Ingredients.
They don't. They hid the fact. There's a lot of my constituents.
Let's not talk about this.
Okay, then let's get off the water thing.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Forget
Look,
about the water. I'm not here for the water.
look, there we go. All right, let me get to this. So number 1 on the list, I had a chat with Mike on the way over here. Remember I talked to you about how Mike and Elena are very concerned about, or Bogey and Elena are very concerned about Mike, and how Bogey had several, and Bogey wants a video of this, how Bogey has said that his dad does not belong running this type of thing, and then they either directly or indirectly fed that information to the Romanian board members and the different other Romanian people, because I finally went and confronted these people because I'm tired of it, especially the one in Florida that was real. The guy in Florida.
Let me ask a question. So, in other words, after you met with the Romanians and he met with the Romanians, his son went there and said he doesn't want.
His son didn't go there, but Bogey. Listen, let me explain this. Bogey and Elena, especially with the people back home, when we were trying to get the board opened last year,
Yeah.
they said, look, Steve is way too smart. He has a checkered past. And we can't have nothing else happen to our dad like what Mike went through a couple years ago. Now, I understand that in love. and this is Mike's first hearing of it because Mike was scratching his head sideways. Why all these Romanians? Just please, because the Asians are getting a copy of this. So Doug's getting a copy of this. Phil Lipitori's getting a copy of this. Calvary Chapel's getting a copy of this. Dream Center's getting a copy of it. All kinds of people getting a copy of this public meeting. So I have never met a more arrogant, stuck-up, fake church in my life than the Romanian church. And I went and circled back around recently and grabbed them, literally. And I said, "You rotten little fucks, you." And that's also who confirmed some of this. And then I just want to finish.
You have a way with words.
I do. So let me finish this. So the guy in Florida at first found out about the coffee shops. He was so excited, wanted to be so helpful. And then I said to him, look, we want to move Mike and Elaine and Bogey down there. We want them to have a better life than they got. I want Bogey to be involved with the Dodgers or with one of the other teams that I could get him in as in the minor league team helping coach, or I want him to have a coach's job at a college, even if it's a junior college, a baseball coach's job. And I want their family interjected or reinserted in the Romanian community. This asshole in Florida, Danny, this builder guy that talked to you that has 7 licenses, 7 states, and he has a $100 million holding of his own. Just so anyone wants to say anything, he's managing $100 million of investment money of his own, all Romanian money, all pooled into a fund. So him playing stupid that he don't know how to run a fund is asinine. And then he says to me, he had the audacity to say to me, "Well, we're very educated people. We're not like Mike. We're educated people." Did he not fucking say that?
Please watch the mouth. I can't hear it.
I don't remember.
Oh no, you ain't covered him for that one. You ain't gonna cover him.
Just leave him alone. Okay, let's go on.
Bottom line, look. Take the Romanian people off the table. I have to go back to California, and I have to explain to my church and my people that were already robbed by Barry Minko and Tristan Greth and Mario DeBella, that you and I spent $150,000 on an attempted IPO in the last 23 months to the day, because it was March 31st of 2023. You flew me to Phoenix to begin trying to line this back up. And look, we're not going to go over it. It's just we touched on, but Edward Cheffy is Tiffany Henyard. No, I won't. But here's the bottom line: I would rather have Tiffany Henyard than your brother-in-law.
Please quit mentioning.
Okay, I won't mention him again. I won't. I just got to make that first statement. Now we'll go only forward now. Only forward.
This
Randy, give me a second.
It's almost over. It's almost over.
Randy, you got to stop for a minute. Listen up. Don't overrun my brain when I have no Adderall. So, you didn't see the video of what I had to deal with my mother yesterday. Mike, you did see the video. Was that horrible or what?
Go on, please. Let's talk about something.
Okay,
else.
Mike, for the cameras. Of course, it was horrible. So, here's what we're going to talk about. Randy, you said that you wanted your preferred version of this to be a privately held company. Now, I'm going to grant that to you. Listen how we're granting this. As long as your good brother-in-law, John Jr., is the one that names and obtains the CEO, who cannot be older than 25, and the board members that I do not want to be older than 25, because the whole point is to pass this on to the next generation. The whole point is to pass the ability to fly a plane on to the next generation.
Let me explain. I had a meeting with Tom Cruise and John Travolta, and I was dating one of the girls from Risky Business, or the hookers from...
Yeah, so this is around 83, give or take.
Yeah, a little earlier. And they said, live present time, live for now, live for the most important point right now. They start worrying about different things like that. It's just the most important thing is to live for
Listen,
now.
Phil Lipitori
You
already...
don't have a place to. Oh, I talked to him.
No, say it, because I have to go home
You don't
to
have,
California.
You don't have a place to sleep. You don't have a car to drive. You don't have money to eat.
and
You're running.
I've only lived the last 3 months because of your kindness. Now we
3
have
months. It's
Randy,
a year.
we have to get the boat in the air. Now listen, you've been trying to catapult planes in the air. It does not work. We don't have no Harriers, so you're going to have to runway the planes. Listen to what I am now chief executive of this pig pen for the next 13 months. Now I'm going to lay out what's going on around here, and people don't like it, they can go down there and work for Cabernet. So here's what's going on. Eventually, the final step of all this is we buy ACGX. That's actually what's happening right now behind the scenes. But that's way down the line. But so when it happens, no one can say I didn't tell them ahead of time. So when no one goes, oh, you didn't tell us. Well, now guess what? I just did. Because I already know all the players there. They're all cardboard cutouts. The only one that knows how to run a company and their whole structure is Paul Sorkin. He wants to leave. His investors have left him. Remember, I have the original investors. They're with me. They listen to Steve, the chief strategist. Now, here's what's going on. The people in California and the church, the real church, there's only 5 real churches that I could ever bet on in California if I had to absolutely know the church is not a charlatan ring or a Laodicean's headquarters or a scam-bammery going on. But one of them is the Dream Center movement, and of course the the Pentecostal denomination behind it, which has been in Los Angeles since the Azusa Street movement. Now, the pastor that was the visionary to the co-founder of this place, about similar in age to me, he had a very serious near fatal health event 2 years ago. Phil Lipitori ran for Congress in 2018. He's also the head of a very successful financial services company, and he is an absolute servant of the Lord. You, Randy, are going to get a chance to talk to him starting on Monday. You're going to contact him over my campaign for Congress. We have $2.2 million pledged in that campaign fund. We can't just take that money and start spending it because we're drunk or because we want to become George Santos. So I only want, and my donors only want, godly men whom either have run for Congress, are in Congress, or are currently retired congressmen, or are part of the righteous community, those serving the Lord. Okay? And we have an arsenal of those people. Now, here's what I got to tell you we're doing. We're building these townhomes. I would prefer you to take and get somebody other than Walter and Kasha as your compliance director, because that keeps Mike happy and keeps the stress that you can bring them if you had to.
You thought you were bringing a woman over here today.
We are. Mike, we got to go get Emily and.
No, I can't do it.
We're not doing it right now, but listen, we have to go get a buy contract written and get this whole show on the
You
road.
can't, there's not one thing in writing this woman says.
It's going to be in writing. Here, everyone agreed.
But you need to give her a little exchange, a little money to be able to make it work. You got to give her $1,000 to make a contract work. There's got to be an exchange. You know that.
Well, that's what I got to tell you about. Now, just let me finish the 2 more things and then we can leave. So, 3 things. So, here's where we're at. For convenience reasons, and because the corporation's already filed and been open 9 months, we're using Green Teams as the management corporation. You, Randy, will get to select the general contractor. Okay? You can select the general contractor.
No, one question. Mike, the guy that you were talking about in Florida, the licensed guy, he's no longer involved with anything else.
Correct.
He's not a good guy.
He's a very good guy, but
No, I don't want him involved, but he's not, he's in
No
Florida.
negative people. No people who are double faces, 2 faces. I'm not interested. I help them a lot.
in life, immensely. He helped him for 5, 6, 7 years. When the guy was living in a garbage can when he first got to
He
this
told me
country.
like 3 weeks ago, he has a job outside for a Vietnamese, living with a very rich Jew guy. he has all the towel, all travertine, 4 times in a year that we submerge underwater for like more than a foot. Now everything is crumbling, everything is peeling. I said, that's it. In the natural calamities, right off the your insurance house. Oh no. I said, is she like this? Yeah, how you know? Must be Vietnamese. Yeah, she is. She's not Chinese.
So let's leave it where it is. Hold on.
3 times in a week he called me. What should I do? I said, keep your title, do this, do that. And how much money she owes you? Well, like another 15 grand. You will never make that.
Okay. So let's just
Have your lawyer call her.
let's
As a courtesy.
listen. Randy, you hit the nail on the head. Mike hit the nail on the head. We want no negativity. We want to build because let me explain this build. This townhome propels 3 IPOs into existence. The townhome allows people to work together for 13, 14 months with no fireworks. I'm using a credit default product that's going to be in the mix. It's going to be in the structure, and that's just the end of it. Okay. Now let me explain for your pocket, and let me explain for Vladimir's pocket because Vladimir's getting a copy of this. Let me explain for Mrs. Farrell's pocket. Okay. Mrs. Farrell, Kevin, like I said, I had a conversation with Kevin's family-in-laws. I explained to them that one way or another, I'll end up with ACGX in my hands. Paul Sorkin is leaving, and I believe he's moving to Antarctica somewhere. I think he said he was going to either Antarctica or the Falkland Islands. He was going somewhere nice.
How would he go someplace like that? 'Cause he wants to hide.
He's moving. We don't know.
Does he need any help?
Yeah.
We can go and move furniture.
Anyway.
I'm gonna call the Puerto Rican guy. I have him in the driver.
He's going to public storage. There we go. There's a better way. So public storage where you move in and never move out. So anyway, I need a laugh. So listen, Randy, I don't do nothing behind your back. So I'm just going to tell you to your face, this is what we're doing, and I love you, but you just got to let me fly. So my mom will no longer be able to stonewall the 114,000 coming back or the close to 50,000 assets that she has that's going to now be utilized because she's been declared non-decisionary. You have a copy of the video, and we would prefer her to move to this nice nursing home right at the board. It's a retirement. It's more like a retirement
How
home.
are you gonna pay for that?
They'll pay. I got the insurance will pay the first 20 days. And we're going to sign all the documents that need to be signed and initiate these deals in the next
But
7 to 10 days.
You need to. It's $4,000 or $5,000 a month.
Yeah, and if I'm sitting on $700,000, $800,000 that we should have been sitting on a year or two ago, because we're not going to be Edward, we're going to sign the deal.
What I want to do is turn this off for a second.
Okay. I will.
I've asked you for 10 times.
All right, hang on, Ren. Hang on. We got to close the thing here. Okay, hold on. There we go. All right.
I've asked you 10 times, maybe more. Give me some written proof what Edward did. You've never showed me.
There's a guy named Vladimir, Vlad for short, lives right over here, your neighbor. Him and his family own the freight company. They own one of the highest rated freight companies here.
And
I want to finish. Every contract or customer that was mine under NTS and Kevin's under NTS, which also meant it was ACGX's because that was our public symbol. Every single one of them has now been dicked around and robbed for 5 years, and they're tired of it. They're really tired
what
of it.
does this have
No,
to do
I'm
with that?
answering this question.
You haven't though.
No, you want to let me
You're
answer.
going way back. You're going to
No.
5 years back.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you a question. If Vlad and his family, who's going to be hopefully our partners in the freight business, tell you that what Edward did in 2023 was wrong, if they tell you that, will you take that as being? Because here's what he did. He's on Kevin's payroll. He's on Paul Sorkin's payroll. Kevin's wife will testify to it. Kevin's father-in-law will testify to it because Kevin took our company, Mrs. Farrell's company, and he gave us fake papers that it was closed. It was not closed, and he fucking sold it for 10 points.
Slow down with the mouth a little bit.
He swindled people out of what they were supposed to receive.
No, there's nobody here. There's nobody here, Mike. Mike, you don't have to close it.
Listen. He told us the company was kaput in October of 18. He sold it in August.
Who told you?
Kevin Eck.
Okay, but here's my question. I've asked you. I've asked you a dozen times. Let me have some proof that Ed fucked up everything when we started.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Here's the only proof you're going to need. There's a guy named Jimmy Krimmel. There's a guy, or whatever his name, Jimmy the Joker, whatever his fucking name is. There was a guy, the manager of the dollar store, and then the young little genius. All three of them sat in your living room right over there in June of the other year, in June of 23. They are not dumb. They know Edward was there, and worse, Edward was given the Domino's Pizza contract, the same customers that Edward dogged out are going to end up with in the possession of Quest Freight and Vladimir and his family.
He can't even afford toilet paper.
Because he's a drug addict and a gambler.
He's not a drug addict or a gambler.
Well, there's 10 grand a month goes somewhere over there.
He doesn't get anything or do anything. See, my sister went through cancer. They couldn't afford the insurance. It wasn't for me. I just paid for their
Randy, listen, this is negativity. Let me explain this. Randy,
the
reason I got a problem, listen, please stop. The reason your brother-in-law hates me, the reason your wife hates me, is your rotten niece, Edward's daughter, poisoned the relationship with
What
Debbie.
are you talking about? Yeah, I'm giving you 6 figures worth of cash in the last year.
You've invested it, and we need to get it back to you.
But you need to get something with. There's not been one.
Do me a favor. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell Vladimir that the condition of his family getting these freight contracts is they can't tell you nothing about what Edward did or even repeat none of it because there's too much conflict over it. For the first 180.
No, I want something that can be proven. I'm listening to you.
For the first 180 days. It's not forever. It's just so people don't have to have their poor little ego crushed while we're trying to make money.
I can't believe he did it, and he's so broke and busted. He doesn't even have a car.
Hold on. Stop, Mike. I got it. Now, Michael, look at me. Look at Steve. Listen to me. So they drive around in this big giant red Audi that we should have had for the campaign, a big giant red car. Okay? So check this out. They didn't make the payments on it. This genius niece of his first, but the only thing I got good at, and it's actually worth it, because until Danielle gave me confirmation of the autism, because she's seen it, I still didn't fully recognize it 2 years ago.
Who, Ed?
Edward's daughter. Remember how she said to you?
Yeah, but she also is a big problem. She lives there. There's 3 of them living there, not any food.
But you remember how his daughter said to you, I can't believe that you would deal with that piece of shit, meaning me.
The reason for this meeting is what? Besides...
Look, let's get off these messed up people. Let's get off.
Why we're here today?
There we go. So, Randy, here's what we're doing.
We're here with a reason.
Here's what we're doing. Look,
with a purpose.
I love you, but here's what we're doing. I'm taking that credit card. I'm turning it into Google Pay. We have to go down to the precious metal store. I have to get some precious metal.
No, you're
not
any more money.
Stop with the yak. I have to take some of the precious metal for a day or two, borrow a little bit of cash from probably Mrs. Farrell to fill up your bank account so Debbie don't put you in the backyard with Hazel. No, I just, please don't jump on me, because I didn't have my Adderall.
You know, let me explain something to you. I've been working on my ass, selling insurance,
I know you have.
making enough money where she doesn't fucking have any clue how much money I've given you.
Then if you can live for 2 or 3 more days, then we can finish the stocks.
But I'm not doing anything. I'm not buying any gold or silver.
Fine. But we need about $2,000 in operating money to clean up.
No, I'm not. You're gonna put money in my account.
I can't put money in your account until what? Just please stop.
Over. We're done.
Randy.
We're over. We're done. Please leave.
We're going.
Goodbye. Please leave. Please leave. leave.
Fine. You didn't let us finish telling you we're gonna put the money. As soon as I could give either the freight contracts, the house build,
I
or the
understand.
stocks.
It's all done.
It's not all done.
We're all done. Okay, I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want anything. I don't.
Randy, I can't get nothing done if every time you don't get your own way, you get mad.
I'm not mad. I haven't got my own way in